Hi, my name is Kai Vonsall. This is my AEP 858 Module 12 Data Analysis Protocol for Fort Collins High School. So in front of us we have the Data Analysis Protocol graphic that I developed to walk us through the steps of analyzing data and the protocol of that at Fort Collins High School. Step one, we're going to identify the data. What type of data are we looking at? Is it perception data? Is it demographic data? Are we looking at student success? Are we looking at attendance data? So always a good starting point to get your bearings, get an idea of what kind of data we're looking at. Once we have done that, we're going to develop an essential question. Basically, what do we want to know? What do we want to find out? What's our goal of examining this data? Just to get everyone on the same page as far as the direction we're taking, what it is that we're specifically looking for to figure out through this data. Step three is we're going to analyze and observe. So we're going to look for strengths, weaknesses, what do we see, what is the data telling us based off of our essential question. So looping it back to that essential question, making sure that we keep our bearings and that we're paying attention to what our goal is while we're analyzing, observing, pouring through the data, looking and seeing what we can find. Step four is discussing and reflecting. So what good news is there to celebrate? What problems of practice were suggested by the data? Observations, discussing, reflecting, sharing out ideas of takeaways, that kind of stuff from the data. Step five is conclusions and recommendations. So what are our key conclusions? What recommendations does the team have for addressing the problem or solving the essential question based off of what it is? This problem can change to a variety of different things depending on what our goal is, what our essential question is. But you're just picking out key conclusions, things that you noticed. Step six is an action plan. So developing strategies, activities, partnerships, methods, whatever course of action is going to be decided upon as being the best way to address a solution to that essential question or these problems that we have identified. Maybe it's having the whole staff engage in some sort of activity. Maybe it's partnering with a local organization to help improve attendance of a specific demographic. It can be a variety of different things. Step seven is down to implementation. So discussing how will we implement the plan, what's the best course of action, how are we going to make it happen. So whether that's like the leadership team, it's more of their responsibility, whether that's going to be able to be accomplished through professional development opportunities, whatever it is. And then step eight being evaluation. How will we evaluate our success? How are we going to gather data on knowing whether it's successful or not? Is our plan working? And does it need to be tweaked? So here is the written version, kind of the step-by-step walkthrough of the analysis protocol sheet. So it starts off with just highlighting the purpose, any materials needed, and then before beginning, looking at that step one, what kind of information, what kind of data are we looking at, what is our goal, digging in and analyzing specific questions about what part of the data caught your attention, what does it tell you, what does it not tell you, what strengths and weaknesses do you see, discussing and reflecting, is there good news, is there problems, what's your key takeaway, moving into that conclusions and recommendations, what are our key conclusions, what recommendations did we brainstorm for addressing the perceived problems, the action plan, what strategies, activities, partnerships could assist in remedying this issue, what resources would be needed to develop and implement this action plan. Moving down to implementation, what are the thoughts on the best course of action to implement the plan, throwing out ideas, discussing as a group how to implement it, and then finishing with the evaluation. How will the success be measured both during implementation and afterwards? How are we assessing and gathering data on our success? How often does the plan need to be monitored to ensure it's working? What issues do we anticipate? And how will we know when we are successful, or how will we know when we need to go back and look at it and tweak and revise? So this is the Fort Collins High School Data Analysis Protocol. Thanks for watching.